Welcome to the Bizarre and the Unknown. I am your host, E.D. Testerman. I am an author and investigator. I am also a researcher into the unknown. Join me as we dive together into this bizarre and the unknown universe. Do you believe in UFOs and aliens, things that fly in the sky and in our oceans? Do you hear things that go thump at night, or do you just see things that you cannot explain? Do you believe in Shiai Tonka, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Booger, and so many more? Join me on my adventures as I investigate this stuff that's out there. Let's learn how to guard ourselves and protect the things out there that need our protection. I'm a United States Marine and United States Army veteran. I love my country and have served it proudly. And I want to give a special thanks to all the veterans and first responders. Hey, hey everybody! Excuse me. Welcome to another episode of Bizarre and the Unknown. I am your host, E.D. Testerman. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, man. I have been in love with this saga for as long as I can remember, and that is the saga of Beowulf. Now, there's some interesting stuff behind Beowulf that people don't understand. The original saga that was written originally didn't have a name to the character. Beowulf came on later on when the English had rewritten it and created it into what we know now is Beowulf. So that's something that a lot of people don't know. But the thing with Beowulf, and my camera is being all wonky again. This thing can't decide if it wants to be zoomed in on me or not. The funny thing about Beowulf is if you actually study Beowulf, he's pretty much a demigod. And that's kind of something I wanted to kick off here and kind of talk about. And then as I read from parts from the saga, you'll start seeing where my mind is when it comes to this. But we know throughout a lot of histories, a lot of culturistic histories, baby kitty, you're being mouthy. Demigods is not uncommon. So that's why I've always had that feeling that I'll give you that one, Roxanne. I'll give you that one. And this is why you'll kind of you see where my mindset when it's coming to this, and we'll get into a little bit of Grendel and Grendel's mom and stuff like that, because a lot of that has to tie into with a lot of stuff I talk about with this historical cultures, historical figures from all these different cultures, because it's all tied to one. You've heard me say it many times that a lot of this stuff is all tied together. Well, the saga of Beowulf is no different. I mean, it really isn't. So to bring in how we are known as Beowulf, I'll read part of the deal here, and this is the description of Grendel and why Grendel is one of the main characters that brings Beowulf to our hearts, our minds, our fantasies, and even our written culture. So many people, including me, Beowulf is a big inspiration for my writings because I've always been fascinated. Hey, Kyle, how's it going? A powerful monster living down in the darkness growled in pain, impatient as day after day the music rang. Loud in that hall, the harps rejoicing, call and the poets clear songs sung. Oh, okay. Of ancient beings of us all, recalling the Almighty making the earth, shaping those beautiful plains marked off by the oceans, then proudly setting the sun and the moon. They glow across the land and light it. The corners of the earth were made lovely with trees and leaves and made quick with life. Each of the nations who now move on its face, and then as now as warriors sang their pleasure. So this is leading up to how in some instances you'll hear that Grendel is the descent is one of the is of the bloodline of Cain, and because of what Cain did to Abel in the Garden of Eden, the this is how the monks have wrote this as Grendel, and why he is the way he is. So let me scroll down here for a second. So Hrothgar's men lived happy in his hall, till this monster stirred, that demon, that fiend, Grendel, who hunted the moors, the wild marshes, and made his home in a hell, not hell, but earth. He was spawned in that slime, conceived by a pair of those monsters born of Cain, murderous creatures banished by God, punished forever for the crime of Abel's death. The Almighty drove those demons out, and their exile was bitter. Shut away from men, they split into the thousand forms of evil, spirits and fiends, goblins, monsters, giants, and a brood forever opposing the Lord's will, and again defeated. So this is where they were trying to bring in Grendel, being that of a descendant of Cain. Okay, if you study ancient Christianity, basically from the Torah, it talks about how when Cain was cast out from the garden, he went to the city to find a wife. And in the city, he found Lilith. We know that Lilith was first Eve, Adam's first wife, made from the earth, the same as Adam. And we know that her children are monsters. Okay, so you're seeing how this has all come into play with this creature Grendel. Weapons cannot hurt Grendel. Grendel is a giant, said to have likeness of many different animals. Superhuman strength, devours man. He will literally eat men. He is exiled from happiness, stuck to the darkness. This is all playing into this Grendel character. So let's scroll down here. I was originally going to read of the manuscripts of Beowulf that's on the Library of Congress, and I do have that. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I do have that. But that was written in a time that the language is different. Unless you grew up in old school Protestant, that type of language is hard to understand sometimes. So I went with a more modern style to get this across. So Hrothgar, he had been plagued by Grendel for 12 years. Any happiness, anything of joy, of good vibes, caused pain and agony for Grendel. So Hrothgar put out a request for warriors to come and rid his land of Grendel. And Beowulf is the one who answered it. I went too far. Let me get back up here to where Beowulf comes in. So Beowulf is described as being a man of superhuman strength, a great war chief, feared nothing, battled monsters. This is Beowulf. So you're hearing a lot of this description when it comes to Beowulf. And this is why I say it's a very good possibility that he's a demigod, because he's able to do things when no other human can do. Whenever Hrothgar's Oathman tried to get rid of Grendel, their weapons failed. No weapon could harm Grendel. And um, here's a more detailed description of Grendel. Um, Grendel is described as a monstrous, large, and grotesque creature with many animalistic qualities, often compared to a bear or wolf. Dwelling in darkness and considered a descendant of Cain, the biblical murderer. And they have actually got a drawing here. Oh, I went too far. They actually got a drawing here of Grendel. Let me screen share this. I'm working on it, Michael. We've got some storms going on. Right, it's raining and it's really cloudy. I live out in the middle of nowhere. So hey, Da, how's it going, bro? So I'm on satellite internet. Let me share this. This is what they describe Grendel looking like. So you can see here, you can kind of see where he is. He's kind of looks like a mix between a Bigfoot and a werewolf. But you kind of see the pointy ears. He's got kind of that mandrill face, kind of like a Gugwy. He looks a lot like a. Now I don't know why I didn't think of that before. Grendel looks a lot like a freaking Gugwy, and but he's of giant stature, extremely strong. Yeah, he does. He really does. He really does. He looks like a mixture, but that's why it just dawned on me before. I didn't think about it until now, but he looks a lot like a freaking Gugwy. But he's hair covered. He's many different animalistic characters to him. Very strong. Devours humans. A lot like that dude right there. I mean, straight up Gugwy, screams Gugwy. And I don't know why I didn't think about that before. I just got to look at this picture again, and it just hit me out of nowhere on that. Not saying it is, not saying it ain't, but I mean it's a daggone good possibility. So I don't know, man. And he was talking about how his parents were that of Cain. Well, this is what they depict Grendel's mother being. She still has a lot of humanistic, but she's also got a lot of demonic qualities to her. Hey, Hobbit, how's it going? Okay, give me 1 second, bud. Give me 1 second, and I'll put that back up. But this is what they depict as Grendel's mother. There you go. Yes, they ate people, Roxanne. He ate people. He was very, very well known for eating people. And this is what brought Beowulf into our hearts and minds. So that's why I kind of wanted to hit a little bit on Grendel here and his mother, because this plays a big part of Beowulf's legacy. But if you actually kind of look at it, he does look very, very Gugwy like. Now, what's your guys' thoughts on that? The original one was written in the 500s, Hobbit. The English poem of Beowulf, which is the one I'm kind of referencing now, is actually written in the 500s. But the poem itself is actually older than that. But in the 500s, when they wrote it, is when they brought in Beowulf. What do you guys think on that? Do you think I'm probably hitting pretty close to that? How he's looking very, well, you might be able to see it, very Gugwy like. Yeah. Yeah. That is, I don't know, man. Not saying it is, not saying it ain't, but it's a one heck of a quinky dink. So, yeah, I love this stuff, man. This is why I love history. This is why I like reading history, and this is why I like Beowulf. I mean, Beowulf is just so amazing. And so before he came in, I was talking about how, um, you know, Hrothgar's men tried to get him. Yes, yeah, it's always took the heads. He does. He's so famous, and his mother too, but more so Grendel. But Grendel's mother, which her name has never been mentioned. Nobody actually knows who Grendel's mother's name is. She was known for the same thing too. But I mean, it fits everything to deal with when it comes with that type of stuff. They don't know exactly when it was written or by who. Let me look it up. I'll bug it'll bug me. Yeah, I mean Hobbit. The original one was written. It's one of the actually one of the oldest sagas dealing with Vikings. But around the 500s, when the monks had started writing this stuff down, see, it was always told by mouth. For years and years and years, the story was told by mouth. And then when the monks started writing it down around 500, somewhere in the 500s, is when you see God brought into it and Beowulf brought into it. The actual saga itself, told by mouth, I can't remember how old it is, but I mean, it's still cool. Um, he has his mom's forehead. Yeah. This this is artwork that I created. This from here on, this is going to be my artwork that I created just for this. Every time they tried to attack Grendel with his weapons, Grendel was able to take the weapons from him from the east, and the weapons never harmed him. It was passed down from ages. No one knows who created. Yes, exactly, Hobbit. Yeah. It wasn't until the monks wrote it in the 500s is when you started getting Beowulf involved and God involved and Cain involved and all that stuff. That was around when that started getting involved into the sagas of Beowulf. The actual true sagas of Beowulf came from the Danes and the Geats, and it was it was word spoken for a long time. And then, I mean, I have to give the monks credit when they started writing stuff down when nobody else done. I did. Hey, Smurfy, um, I give them credit for that. Without it, I mean, who knows what it'd been like now? Oh, dude, yeah, yeah, Hobbit. I mean, yes, yes, yes. But this, like I said, this is my artwork. This is Hrothgar's Oathman trying to fight off Grendel. Um, oops, I forgot to drop that down. Yeah, it's such an amazing tale. I mean, it really is. Hey, Poncho. Um, so whenever Beowulf came into to play, he heard the call from Hrothgar, King Hrothgar of the Swede, the Danes. They did, but if you actually look at it, it was written back in around the 500s. I was noticing that. Let me actually, I might be able to pop that up for you. Give me 1 second here, because I still have the Library of Congress brought up here, and the manuscripts in there from the manuscripts of Beowulf. Oh, it's up on the screen. Okay, this was uh this was the manuscripts of Beowulf, and this is in the Library of Congress. Oops, I went way too far. This is the Anglo-Saxon version of Beowulf. Where was it? I was seeing that. I had it in here somewhere. I was reading it earlier. So I was thinking the same thing. It was circa 700s. And then I was seeing something in here that it came about around the 500s. I want to see if I can find it real quick. If it's taking too long, I'll just look it up later and post it. Because I don't remember where it was. I was reading that. But I did read in here, and that was circa 500. This is probably going to take me a while. I'll look it up and try to get it to everybody. Yeah, Poncho, my second is up. The one on the right is me after eating buffet. I feel like I'm going to get home in time to take care of it. I feel you, man. I feel you. His mother was often referred to as a hag. She was. And his mother was never given a name. So we don't know. Yeah, complimentary. Uh, yeah, circa 500 BC or AD. That is when that manuscript I just had up was written. I'll try to find it in that manuscript again, and get it out to you guys. As long as I don't forget, not to have Roxanne. Well, I mean, this is. Let me get back to it. This is what they say that his mother looked like. This was his mother. So, I mean, to some people, she could have been a looker. But some people, probably not. Just hag. Yeah. Yeah, but this is what they're saying that his mother looked like. So that cool Beowulf cartoonish movie with I forgot her name, Tomb Raider, married to Brad Pitt. I forgot her name. Anyways, that wasn't the no joke. No joke, man. uh it's yeah, it does. Yeah, you're right, Poncho. You're right. Angelina Jolie, thank you. Yes, that is it. That is it. Angelina Jolie. I remembered. Yes, that's it. That, don't get me wrong, that was a good movie, and and followed not real close, but in an essence, you know, it kind of did with the lifestyles of Beowulf, but it had some weird twist to it. But a lot of people, especially nowadays, when people think of Beowulf, that's what they kind of look at. If you called your mom a hag, you'd get you get haggis. Oh, haggis. Yeah, yeah. Um, so Beowulf answered the call of King Hrothgar, and he set sail. Now they said it took him 24 hours to get from Geatland, which was Sweden, to Sigrid, the home of King Hrothgar. There are so many Beowulf and Grendel movies, and I love them. They're all good. I mean, one of my favorite ones, even though this one was written by by Shakespeare, although it is still one of my favorites. It's not accurate, but it is one of my favorites. Is Beowulf with Christopher Lambert. Now that's more of a futuristic. It was written by William Shakespeare. It was really, really, really good, but it definitely was not that of the true lineage of Beowulf. As my Scottish grandfather used to say, Every Scott family has a recipe for haggis, and they all are bad. I love that. Yeah. Is the animation like one good? So the animation one with Angelina Jolie, it was pretty good. Don't get me wrong, and it was for the most part pretty close to the tales, but there was a lot of difference in it as well. But it wasn't bad. No matter how cheesy the movie is, I still watch it because of the story. Yeah, exactly. We're we're stuffed. I had to subscribe again. Yes, I'm a huge. Oh, Shakespeare's version of Beowulf is is really good. I mean, don't get me wrong. Now it's very futuristic. William Shakespeare wrote that as a futuristic storytelling of Beowulf, and when they created it, and Christopher Lambert was in it, they did an amazing job keeping it to William Shakespeare's manuscripts. It just wasn't it wasn't Beowulf, but it was still good. I mean, I haven't seen it in a while. Now I need to get it and watch it again. People have been, yes, that's one thing. Thank you for bringing that up, Roxanne. Uh, so you have to. I still run into this myself too. If you have a favorite content creator that you like to follow, you need to make sure for two different things. One, YouTube didn't unsubscribe. Hey, Dario, YouTube didn't unsubscribe you. Two, also check that bell icon because they like putting that to private instead of all. So there'll be a lot of times whenever one of us is posting something and you miss it, it's either A, you got unsubscribed, or B, they changed that bell icon. So make sure you go in with anybody you follow and make sure that you're still going on good with them. And I've had some amazing haggis, but in Scotland, not elsewhere. Heck yeah. Haggis. That is an interesting dish, Roxanne. I don't know if I'm assuming you probably just ate, so I don't know if I should tell you or not. I'll let you look it up. It's an interesting dish. It came from my sister. I'm the only family member. Every time I would say something, she'd say, "Now here comes this heifer here." That is funny. Hey Larry, how's it going? It needs to be homemade. Yes, you need the homemade haggis. Explain haggis, please. So haggis is a mixture of what is it? Corn. Oh my god, I forgot the ingredients of haggis. Hold on. It's all in a sheep stomach and cooked inside of a sheep stomach. I can't remember what's all in it, man. I haven't looked that up in so long. It's the heart, liver, lungs of a sheep, lamb, beef, pork, or venison, beef or lamb fat. Shy gives haggis an earthly flavor and makes it hearty. Use black pepper, uh, coriander, nutmeg, sage, mace, and salt. And you cook it. The cooking liquid fries it all together, but you cook it inside of a sheep stomach. Here is a picture of haggis right there. Yeah, that's haggis. Yes, Hobbits, definitely don't think about what it is. They are cow stomach too. Yeah, I've heard it cooked in the cow stomach as well. Yeah, yeah. It is. Yeah, it is protein packed. We'll leave it at that. Haggis is haggis. I've had it once, and it definitely is an acquiring taste. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. It's it really is, Hobbit. It does actually vary. Yes, it is. It does vary. I'll give you that. Yeah, I mean, if haggis is done right, it is good. You just really cannot think about what it is. Honestly, you really can't think about it is what it is. Oh, is William in here? Oh, hey, William, how's it going? Um, but I mean, it's it's interesting. So, so back on topic and get off of haggis. If you eat haggis, you have no testicles. So they in the manuscript it talks about how it took Beowulf 24 hours to sail from his home and the side of nips and tats. Oh gosh, yeah, it's an acquiring taste, and he came to the aid of Hrothgar, and so when he fought Grendel for the first time, um, he did not wear his armor and he didn't have weapons. He used his brute strength, and this is where you start seeing a lot of what I was talking about. I'm a firm believer that Beowulf was a demigod because he was able to do superhuman feats that no other human could do. Um, yes, Murphy. I like mountain oysters, though, fried mountain oysters. Um, so when he fought him, he had no armor, he had no weapons, and he basically wrestled him. So when Grendel came in and mistaken him for a sleeping soldier of Hrothgar's oathman, he was surprised whenever this human fought back, and they struggled and they fought, and Grendel was too big to actually make it through the doorway. He always reached in and grabbed people. Who was that, Hobbit? You talking about Grendel? Um, fried mountain oysters is good. um, in the manuscripts, I didn't find where he transformed from man to human. I'll try to look that up and see which one you're talking about on that. I haven't, I haven't never seen that anywhere, but I can't say it's not possible. It's not something that I'm familiar with. Here's had no teeth and long beards and poor sense of smell. Bring on the Harris. God have the Harris. Um, William, is that what happened to my teeth? Okay, let's hear the pun. Got to take the teeth out so they give me Harris. So he fought him. He fought him, just barehanded. Man, wrestled him. And Grendel was so big that he never could reach inside the hall or get inside the hall. So he was always reaching in and snagging people. So back in them days, whenever the warriors would feast and drink inside the halls of their lord, they slept where they fell. So tabletops, benches, hay rushes in the floor, stuff like that. That was places you pretty much wherever you passed out, that was your bed. And Grendel would come in and punch his hand through the door and grab people and carry them to their deaths and eat them. And he'd carry them back to the marshes. He'd bite the heads off and stuff like that, and then take the corpses back to his home in the marshes and feast upon them. When you send haggis to, oops, yeah, there we go. So, and that's what happened. And so when they wrestled, he ripped the arm off of Grendel, and Grendel unalived himself by bleeding out, and he died in his marsh home. So Grendel's mother, with anger and vengeance and sorrow for the death of her son, she came again the next night as they feasted when celebrating. When you do your sound, I tried and my tongue gets caught in my gums. It's because you got the fake teeth in your mouth and then can't you roll your R's. Eat me, Seymour. It sure does, man. Feed me, Seymour. I love that show, Little Shop of Horrors. So that night, Grendel's mother came in. Hey, Juno, how's it going? Um, and took one of Hrothgar's men. So the next morning, Beowulf decided he was going to come in and take care of this. So one of the people that was oops, I lost my there it is. Unferth, who was haggling Beowulf prior to the Grendel fight, now had a lot of respect for Beowulf. So when he suited up and he was headed to the lair to confront confront Beowulf's mom, Uverth gave him his sword, Hrunting, and it is it is a sword of immense power. It was tempered in blood, and so this sword, anybody who wielded a sword in battle was victorious. So this sword was a very famous sword amongst the people, and it's called Hrunting. And so he went in and he dove into the marshes, and he went down to the lair and confronted Grendel's mother. And when he went to fight her, come on, pop up, baby. Thank you. When he went to fight her, the sword was blunted against her. So this is the supernatural side of it, because Hrunting was a man-made sword. Even though it was famous and it was one of the most famous swords around, it had no ability against the supernatural. And this is also interesting because when we hear a lot of stuff and what we're researching and us podcasters are talking about, we hear so many times how modern weapons have no effect against these supernatural beings. So when he was in that cavern in the marshes and fought with Grendel's mother, and then once again, this is all my artwork. I created every bit of this artwork, so this is mine. It blunted, and on the wall he found the giant sword. Now, if you recall, we talked about before how Grendel was a giant. So we're seeing how this is played in there. Why do I got a bunch of those popped up? Oh, that's why. Oops. So when this sword was so massive, it was bigger than any other sword around, and no human can wield it. Beowulf grabbed the sword and was able to defeat Grendel's mother with that sword because it was a supernatural sword. It was made by giants. It was even said to be giant made. So it wasn't a human weapon. It was a weapon, a supernatural weapon made by a giant. And he was able to do that. Hey, 2A, how's it going? Oh, thank you. It's I use Midjourney. Um, I like to use that to create my artwork for my books, for my stories, for all that stuff. So I like to try to create some that give you guys some visual stuff, and that's what I did. It's sometimes it can be a pain. Sometimes it can be very helpful. Sometimes it takes a long time to create the right artwork to fit what you want, and you got to play and play and play and play with it. But whenever you watch my videos and my shorts or something like this, 99% of what I show is going to be artwork that I created on Midjourney. Hey, Firewater, how's it going? So he gained a lot of respect, a lot of treasure from defeating Grendel and his mother, which led to his legacy. And that's just how he became known as the monster hunter. So Grendel is if you study in the Viking sagas, is one of the first monster hunters. Um, I like that twist on Beowulf's story where the king was who fathered Grendel. Oh yeah, yeah. And the hag took vengeance of what that entire kingdom once Grendel was killed. Yeah, yeah. I mean that was a good addict to it. It don't fit to the true saga, but it was a cool twist to it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's a great movie. It's definitely not the um, doesn't follow the sagas. Thank you for letting me know, William. I will look into that because according to the settings, you still are. So I don't know what's going on. We'll talk backstage. We'll talk offline about it, bro. I got to get Corey up on there too. I need to get Corey's information so I can get him up on there too. Yeah, I mean it was a neat twist on it. You're absolutely right, Hobbit. I mean, absolutely right. But I've grown up as a kid. I always when I've played Vikings, I was Beowulf. I've always had a fascination with this saga. Oh, does it show up on there? I'm not on YouTube, so I can't tell who's got the wrenches and who doesn't. Not the fishing lore, no, but it was definitely, yeah. I mean, I love what they did. It was a different look on it. Definitely a very good look on it. Yes. Okay, so yeah, they're all saying you still are. Okay, so I wonder what's interesting on that. Oh yeah, yeah. I was a little late. I was helping Da, so I mean I'm late. I mean I've had a busy weekend, a very very busy weekend. So I was trying to get things done last moment. I was trying to get a video done. Dealing with my daughter's theater, helping Da out, helping some other things. I mean I've been really I've only ate twice this weekend. In the last 3 days I've ate two actual meals. I've been run 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 run. So oh man no. Hell, I was just doing helping a friend out. Ain't nothing big on it. I used to watch the old black and white in the claymations of Beowulf when I was little. I didn't know. I need to look that up, Hobbit. I didn't know that. I need to look that up. Yeah, like I said, man, it's hey, man, I'm just me, bro. I mean, I help family out. I've just been busier than a hiccup. This has been an extremely busy weekend for me. So that's why I didn't have all my notes lined up because I was run run run. So that's why I'm having to look at my computer to keep my mind on track of what I was trying to look at. The other night when I was trying to stitch everything together, not only was I stitching that video of that entity I caught on my thermal, but I was also on Mid Journey creating artwork for this show. And my intention was to have a small video put together prior to the show. I just couldn't get it done in time. So I still have the artwork for that, and that was the artwork that you guys were seeing. Um, so I'll probably still make a short video of Beowulf using that artwork, and I probably won't do originally what I was, and that was the actual the Anglo-Saxon manuscript of Beowulf, like I originally wanted to, like I was showing earlier from the Library of Congress. Um, Actually, speaking of which, if you guys are interested, I can copy and paste that in here. So you guys should be able to click on that, and I'll take you straight to the Library of Congress to the manuscript of Beowulf. Dude, yeah, I love a lot of that stuff. You know, I really do. They made some really good movies back then. But I definitely need to look that one up. That was not one that I'm familiar with. Um, I need to find where I left off at. Now I lost my spot. Uh, huh. I had all three Beowulf's. Why am I not seeing that? Okay, no, that's that. That's not what I want. I want to talk a little bit about his giant, the giant sword, which is the one he took to defeat Grendel's mother. So the giant sword, it was hanging on the wall in the cavern when he was fighting. See, whenever the sword didn't work, what did I miss here? Yeah, I know, Firewater. I got a soft spot for people. Plus, I'm still a daddy. And I'm still a content creator. I'm still a writer. So I mean, it's busy. It keeps me young. Yeah, yeah. Beowulf, the movie with Grendel's mom played as sucked. It wasn't bad. I mean, it was a different twist. It was a different twist. The CGIs on it were good. Yeah, the CGIs on it were good. I just take movies as one of. I don't compare with them actuals. I have a bad problem with that of it because I'm like, that is not how it is. Like the new Transformer movies, the new GI movies, GI Joe movies. I'm like, that's not how it was. You messed it up. Yes, the Library of Congress is free. A lot of my Bigfoot stuff, when I do my news articles about giants and Bigfoots, I actually get those from the Library of Congress. So, you know, when I've said this many times, how Bigfoot have been known to take humans, take women. There's actually news articles of that happening, and I've got all them from the Library of Congress. Not just the Native Americans are talking about it, but they're actual news articles in the Library of Congress talking about it. It gets to be a pain of it. It does. No kidding, William. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I love, you know, my youngest is still at home. My oldest is in college. You know, she done an amazing job. I mean, she stayed in character. She made the character come to life, and she didn't miss. And this was her very first big role in theater, and she straight killed it. She knocked it out of the park. She did good. I was so proud of her. I used to compare and get so mad. I finally decided not to. I'm getting there. I'm getting there, Hobbit. I am. I, she loves theater, man. She loves theater, Roxanne, and I'm proud of her for it. I read about that sword recently. Found, yeah. I can't. I remember hearing something about it, but I can't remember. Didn't they say that was the Irish giant? I forgot his name. That was known to protect Ireland, and didn't they think that that was his sword? If I remember correctly, yeah, I think that's how it was. Uh, But the sword was on the wall in the cave, and that's what when he grabbed it. That's when he was able, because he tried to continually use Hrotting, and Hrotting failed. I mean, it absolutely did nothing to Grendel's mother. And he tried to wrestle her, and he was good at wrestling her. He was able to beat her by wrestling her, but he wasn't able to finish the job. It wasn't until he found the giant sword that he was able to finish the job and defeat Grendel's mother. I think that it's great. Yeah, she would go for it with all she wants. Yeah, I mean, and she's so smart about how Hollywood is, and she really wants to do actual theater, not so much movies, but theater. And I love theater. I would love to see William Shakespeare stuff on theater. Little Shop of Horrors. I've been to different theatrical shows. I love going to theater and watching it. Sometimes I walk out going, "What the hell did I just watch?" Most of the time, I'm going, "Man, that was really good." Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's if it's the sword that I'm thinking of, I can't remember the giant's name. It was the giant in Ireland. I can't remember his name. Um, but I believe they think that it belonged to him. But I could be wrong. I may be thinking something completely different. Oh, it is. It is. It is. One of the first ones I seen was the Passions of Christ, and I seen that down in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, at the big theater down there, and I've loved theater since. Um, and then you have Nagling. Nagling was the sword that Beowulf. Then this was his actual sword. Nagling was Beowulf's actual sword, and it's a well known sword. And this is what he used when he fought the dragon. And so this was after he became king. At one time, he eventually, his nephew, his aunt wanted him to take over the kingdom and not have her son on the throne. But Beowulf was against it. Eventually, during a great war, his nephew had succumbed to the battle, and therefore Beowulf now sat upon the throne and became the king. Yes, yeah, Umfer. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. Umfer lent it to him when he fought Grendel's mother, but it did absolutely nothing. Um, and that's when he found the giant sword on the wall. No kidding. That's a big sword too. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about, Roxanne. Yeah, 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 yeah. I remember hearing that. Yeah, it was a fair. Ronting was a family heirloom passed down onto Umfer, and because he felt bad for picking on Beowulf and calling Beowulf a liar and talking just straight smack to Beowulf, and Beowulf defeated Grendel. He done an act of kindness and recognition and respect to Beowulf by lending him Ronting or Ronthring and to use. But it was ineffective. It was a man. Yes, it was tempered in blood, but it was a man-made weapon. And man, this is like I said earlier. Many times now we've studied ancient things, and it talks about how man-made weapons have absolutely no effect on these supernatural. Finn McCool, yes, yes, that's it, Kevin. Thank you, Finn McCool. Um, yeah, yeah, he's. I was thinking that sword they found in Ireland, if it's the one I was thinking of, belonged to him. Uh, so we this is the passing of where Beowulf becomes king. Now Beowulf is known as a great ruler. He was just, he was kind, and he was very thoughtful. There's a theory now that the reason Viking swords were so unique was that they were tempered in blood. I have heard that before, DA, and it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, eh, so some would name their swords and some would not. And swords gain their names by something specific happening in battle. Swords are very sacred. Swords were expensive. Swords marked a warrior's status and his wealth. Um, Not everybody had a sword. So if a Dringer came up to you and a Dringer had a sword, he was a man to fear. He was known as a warrior of the front line. He had prowess, he had respect, he had reputation, he had money, he had wealth. This is all stuff that a sword marked out. And you never hear anything in the sagas of Beowulf of him using anything but a sword. I mean, he fought Grendel pretty much naked. All the names on my tongue were bruising my gums, so I'm trying to say, take your teeth out so you can destroy your words. Roxanne. This is a fun conversation. Everyone, yes, that's what I love about it. I mean, all you guys are amazing, Hobbit, and that's what I love. Every one of my subscribers, y'all are amazing. You add some stuff to it. We have some good laughs. We really do. It's fun. Just about everything Vikings did was with blood. Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much, Hobbit. Yes. Yes. The women of the time were also fighters. Yes, they were. They were known as shield maidens. They followed Drengskapi. My tongue is drying out. They followed Drengskrapper the same as the men did. Drengskrapper is Vikings' way of saying a warrior's code. They had a code of honor, and did they fly out, or did you actually take them out? So they had a certain code of conduct that they followed. Now, some of them were just what they called pirates, which is Vikingers, pirates. But the true warriors, the true men and women of honor, respect, and reputation followed Drengskapi. And Beowulf followed Drengskapi. He was a Dringer, a warrior of renown, reputation, wealth, respect. So you see this played into the character Beowulf from mythology. So that's what I love about it. But so he is now king. From what little I have read, that they were strong on their code of honor. Most of them were, Roxanne. Now your Vikingers, Viking pirates, Vikingers. Vikingers were pirates. They were sea wolves. They only cared about raiding and getting riches, and it didn't matter who. They would raid their own kind. They did not care. They did not follow Drengskapi. So there is a huge difference between them. Now, through time and everything else, they're all lumped together as Vikings, Vikingers. But in actuality, there was also Jomsvikings. Jomsvikings were a completely different sect than the Drengers and the Vikingers. Jomsvikings were like the special forces of the Marine Corps now. That was Jomsvikings. They were very disciplined. They lived for one thing and one thing only. They were the Knight Templar version of the Vikings. They lived for battle. You know, that they were disciplined, military, formations, everything. It was always honor. They did not fight anybody that was not worthy of battle. If you did not live up to the honor of battling them, they would not fight you. Oh, thanks, Roxanne, top of the hour. Let me hit these ones up real quick. Yes. Yes. Yeah. It really was. And that's a very big misconception about the differences between a Viking, a Dringer, or I should say Vikinger, a Dringer, and the Jomsviking. So it's the top of the hour. Let's get our associate done and going, and it's one of my favorite products out in the world. That's why I asked to do this. I talked to Doc earlier. They did have the code made up, but I haven't got it yet. So we're still going to use DAs until I get mine, but he is going to get it emailed to me. He's going to get it sent to me. So I will have that code for. If you're looking for the best trauma kits or first aid kits on the market, you're going to pay a little money. Look no further than Dark Angel Medical. There's a reason why I asked Doc, if I can promote his show on my channel. I 100% believe in his product. He is veteran known. He's a veteran, so it's veteran known, veteran made. He is the godfather of Kit for Life. He is the very first person to bring that into existence. If you use that kit and you save someone's life and you let Doc know about it, Doc replaces that part of that kit for absolutely free. If you are hurting for money, in which I understand, I'm the same way. You can do the same thing I do when I buy his kits and use Sezzle. He has that option. If you have FSA or HSA, you can use that to buy his kits. So, and he has classes on it. If you go to YouTube, or if you go to his Instagram, he at Dark Angel Medical on either one of those two, he has videos showing you how to use his kits. Until I come in, use my good brother's code, DA Roberts code, Cryptid20 for 20% off to buy any of your Dark Angel Medical kits. Y'all, I promise you, you will not be disappointed. I absolutely am 100% a supporter of his product, and that's all I use now. I still have some of my old first aid kit stuff around because you can never have too much first aid kit. But I carry, when I'm in the field doing research, when I'm in my POV, I have a Dark Angel Medical kit with me. I'm fixing to buy another headrest kit for my work truck. So go over to Dark Angel Medical and show him some love. You don't know how women were treated by most. A lot of times women were treated very harshly, but surprisingly not. Even the English women sought out Norse men because they were well groomed, they bathed, and the women were a big part of their society just as much as a man was. Viking is actually a verb. They are called because they are famous for going Viking. Yep. And yep, you're absolutely right, Hobbit. 100%. Even if it is the life of your dog, he will honor it. Yeah, exactly. Man, Doc is an amazing dude. So actually, I was talking about that earlier, William. In a lot of counts, Grendel is the bloodline of Cain. Grendel comes from the bloodline of Cain. So that is where you kind of see that played into the manuscripts of Beowulf, where Grendel's parents were the descendants of Cain. And when they came together, they created Grendel. 100%. Yeah, William, it really does. I do. I don't have my kits in my closet, and it's hooked to my my bag, my field bag. I don't think. Yeah, yeah. My field bag's in my closet, so I don't have it. I'll show it to you. I always keep it with me. So, 100%. But yeah, so that's the long where it comes. Oh yes, thank you for reminding me, Da. I need to. Yeah, here in a little bit, in an hour, Da is going to have his campfire tales. What book you reading today, Da? Get ready for campfire tales. No worries. But we're going to go there. Him and Robbie Rip Rains is going to be reading from one of his books that he writes. Da is an amazing author. So here in a little bit, we'll shut this down, give everybody a chance to hop over to DX Machina and for DA's Campfire Tales. They believe that keeping your hair groomed and your clothing and body clean, it is seen as respect, look good when you die and go to Valhalla. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely right. And that's why so many women sought after um, sought after um, the Viking men. Oh, Ragnarok book 2. Thank you. That's what I was thinking. I just wasn't 100% sure. Thank you, Roxanne. Tell about what they did to all the dead toes and fingernails. Oh, you talk about how they built the. Oh my God! Why did that ship lose my? I hate when I do that. See, a lot of people don't realize the term hell didn't come from Christianity. The term hell came from Norse mythology. The daughter of Loki and Angerbotha. Loki and Angerbotha. My gosh. Angerbotha had 3 children. They had hell. One side of her was living. The other side of her was decayed. And what the hell? Oh, well, I guess it helped if I typed right. I was wondering why that thing was looking weird. Why are you doing? Hold on 1 second. Oops. It is the only ship that is the bigger than anything else. Originally, the ship that was given to Frey by the dwarfs, Singrian Brook. No, I'm sorry, that wasn't them who gave him that. Was the biggest one that could be folded up, and maybe I'm writing this in wrong. I can't remember that ship's name off the top of my head, and this thing is Naglfar. Thank you. Oh, why can I not remember that? Naglfar is the ship from hell, and it is made out of toenails and toes. So when you clip your toenails and your fingernails, there's a reason why they say you need to disregard them. If you do not, they're used to help build this massive ship that comes about and is sailed by Loki during Ragnarok. So that's why they always told you in Old Norse mythology to disregard of your toenails and fingernails properly, so that you do not add to this great ship that brings upon the death of the gods and humans and earth, the loss of the sun and the moon. It brings about Ragnarok. Yep. He would use the nails of the humans' deads to build that ship so that all the dead bodies were stripped, or toes and fingers, and the nails destroyed. Yep. I feel you. I feel you. Um, yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, don't let your Ragnarok use those nails. Hell no. I was just looking for those Dark Angel kits, and they look pretty. Dude, Firewater, they are freaking amazing. I am a huge, huge supporter of Dark Angel Medical, and I don't get no money for promoting his product. Absolutely none. I've never asked for a dime promoting his product. I believe in his product so much, that's why I promote it. I can't believe I forgot that name, and it's so damn easy. Another name for it is Nagelfari, but it's Nagelfar. Oh my god, I can't roll my arms. As you can tell, I haven't been drinking much this weekend either. Nagelfar or Nagelfari. That is the boat from hell that is sailed by Loki during Ragnarok. Right? No kidding. I mean, 100%. You know, I am a descendant of Ragnar Lothbrok through Ivar the Boneless, also known as Ivar Ragnarsson. Ragnarsson means son of Ragnar. So, like in my books, Grimson means the son of Grim, Grim's son, Grimson. So, when you hear the last names and it has the son at the end of it, that's telling you who their parents is. So in book 3 that I'm writing now, Saga Grimson, book 3, Revenge of the Wendigo, Grimson tells his people how his name Grimson came about. A lot of people thought that was his true name. He is Grim's son, Grimson. But it ain't. So I wanted to wait a couple books before I finally disclosed that. Now I hinted in that in my first 2 books. I hinted in there who his father was. And so a lot of people knew that his father was Ragnar Lothbrok. But he never carried the Ragnarsson name. He carried Grimson. So I kind of hinted in book 3 why he calls himself Grimson instead of Ragnarsson or Brendason. You can refill the meds up to 2 years from the order. Why? Yeah. I used to work with a girl that saved her toenail clippings until she was told when they dry out, a being will come and haunt her and send her to hell. She stopped real quick and scared. That is hilarious, Ray. Roxanne, that is hilarious. Yeah, we got off topic for a second. So whenever Beowulf was now king, and hey Don, how's it going? And he ruled with just serve. There was another calamity, another disaster that haunted him, and it was that of a dragon. A servant had found a dragon's hoard and stole a cup from that dragon's hoard, and this brought about the age of the dragon, and sadly, the defeat of Beowulf. Beowulf succumbs to his injuries with the Battle of the Dragon. So his sword, Nigling, he used to fight this dragon, shattered upon the scales of the dragon. And his humble servant, which is also of his bloodline, came in and is the only one to help Beowulf defeat the dragon. Beowulf wrestled the dragon, and eventually his nephew was able to stab the belly of the dragon and defeat him. But due to the burns and the lacerations from this dragon, um, came to the end of Beowulf. So Beowulf went out in true Viking style and earned his place in Valhalla. You know, the Hall of the Slain, Odin's Hall, amongst the Einhjar. You know, hey, freaky. So that's why I've always been a fan of Beowulf. The Beowulf saga tells of heroic deeds and just ruling and defending those who need it. And still, at the end of your time, you go out the way you should, and that is the way of a warrior. And that's why Beowulf's saga was always something that I held dear to my heart. I love that saga. Um, but I mean, so that's where when we hear about all the stuff that he did, you know, defeating Grendel, defeating Grendel's mom, in the end, still defeating a dragon. The man, I mean, his description, superhuman strength, having war knowledge like no other person, it really screams demigod to me. So, what's your guys' thinking on that? I hope I was able to shed some light on Beowulf and how he actually was. The movies are great. Even Shakespeare's writing of Beowulf was great, but that wasn't the true story of Beowulf. Now, I'm always going to watch that stuff, and that's why I wanted to kind of show you Beowulf's life and what Beowulf was and how he became who he was. Yeah, mine is too now. Yeah, I'm still a bit tired. Of course, I have I've been run, so I mean haven't been intaking my water as much. I've been drinking about a pot and a half coffee a day to keep going. Um, yeah, light on. If he's dead, you can't shine a light on him, but maybe his grave. Yeah, freaky. I mean, Beowulf was the embodiment of a true warrior. He really was, and I mean, it's always going to be a love and a passion I have for his excuses. Hey, I love the shit out of you. You're definitely my internet mommy. Have you found the oldest readings of Beowulf poem and take that as a story? I will look them up, Hobbit. I had seen them. I think it's been 20 years since I've seen them. I'm trying to find them again. If I can find the original verbal story of who Beowulf was, like I said, his name is never mentioned in the originals. There's no name to the character. But when the monks had wrote down, oh yes, thank you, Roxanne. There's something I meant to tell you guys. For a Christmas gift to you, if you're interested in any of my merchandise that I have, I am running a Christmas special of 30% off. Now, if you use Yule 30, you'll get 30% off anything from my merchandise store. And it's the bizarreintheunknown.com. It's on Teespring. It's also here in this link here. In the banner at the beginning, at the top of my merch page, we'll have that Yule 30. So if you forget it, it will be up there. So as a Christmas gift from me to you, I wanted to give you guys a little extra kick if you were interested in any. I've got several different kinds of line of merchandise, different kinds of product. Use Yule 30 for 30% off. I meant to tell you I changed that, Roxanne, and I apologize. I forgot to tell you that I put that in there. But thank you for popping that up because I honestly forgot. It is the same. It's a shame we don't have the original poem in its entirety and not just spoken verse. But it is Hobbit. But you got to consider back in them days, the Vikings, the Norse people, the Danes, the Swedes, the Geats. I mean, they didn't write stuff down. They told stories on the ships, on the railroad, or in the winter when they were stuck in the homes. Um, this is how the stories were passed down. And sadly, yes, some of the Icelanders did write down some of the sagas, but it was mainly the monks, the Anglo-Saxon monks, who wrote down our sagas as they heard it, and things get changed. I mean, we see that with the epic of Beowulf. You see how it got changed, and Christianity was brought into it. The original saga of Beowulf was told before Christianity. People in Western cultures even knew what Christianity was, and that's the only downside to that poem um, that they wrote, was they added that in there. I take those to survive sometimes. I haven't tried that in long. Yes, I have Ginger Lives Matter merchandise line because Roxanne wanted some Ginger Lives Matter. It is time not to game based on this name. Yeah, there's not. Yeah, I forgot to change that, Roxanne. Thank you. I got to remember. I'll try to get in there this week and change it. It goes till December 29th. So you have until December 29th to use that code YULE30 for 30% off. So yeah, they were. Most stories were orally given, mostly. Yes, absolutely, Freaky. I save as much money since I quit celebrating consumer holiday. I don't do a whole lot either. There's still some of it I practice a little, but I've done videos on the meanings, the true meanings behind the holidays. I do have that in on my YouTube. One of the first ones. Oh, speaking of which, 5 days ago was a very special, momentous occasion for us here on the Bizarre and the Unknown. And this includes you guys, because you guys are just as much of this channel as I am. We celebrated our 1 year mark December 3rd. Sadly, I didn't have time to do a video or anything like that to let you guys know. So I just want to say, happy 1 year. We, as of December 3rd, it is 1 year that I've been doing this show. And you guys are a big part of why I've done this show. And the tales based on the orally tellings are like the game telephone. Yeah, they are. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Yeah, imagine what the first telling was. Oh God, yes, I would love to hear the bards and the storytellers and all them tell them stories how they originally. If that had a time machine, that is one of the things I'd definitely be going to do. I was very bad at the telephone game. Can't hear whispers. That was white noise to me. Born ginger, Irish, Scottish. Y'all are great, man. Man, have to keep you in line with that job. Wow, you look looks older than a year old. You will be surprised. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, and it's not just me; it's you guys too. My subscribers, you guys, is what makes this show what it is. I love telling stories. I love looking up history. I love going out investigating and sharing my investigations with you guys. I love doing that. And so it's not just me. I'm the dude on the squawk box, the hillbilly telling the story. You guys is what makes this what it is. I mean, it's you guys. And I can never thank you guys enough for your loyalty and your contributions and everything you guys do to make this show what it is. You guys truly are amazing. And I am so very thankful for every single one of you guys. Yes, Hobbit, we really do. Firewater, I was born a redhead, half Mexican, half Irish. Just to meet an actual poet that created, oh, dude, that would be so amazing. Hobbit, that would be awesome if we can ever do that. If you're looking for any of my books, you can go to Amazon, the same as you do with D.A. Roberts. Type in my name, Testerman. Uh, Above my books is my name. If you click that, it'll take you to my author's fan page. If you click that, um, you'll follow me on there. And anytime I release a book, it will let you know before anybody else knows. If you're a member of my Patreon channel, you guys get first look at my books. If you're a paid subscriber to my Patreon, which is $3 a month, you get the very first look at my books as I'm working on them before they go out for sale. And not only that, you get the raw footage and audio of any of my investigations. All that is a perk of being one of my Patreon subscribers. So if you're interested in reading my books as I'm writing them, pre-edit up till finish, and anytime I do some work on the book, I update it. So you'll every time you see it, hey, E.D. Testerman updated this book. That means I've done some work to it and I've added to it. For $3 a month, you get the first look of any of that. You $3 a month, you get full access to any videos and audios I take during my investigations. You get all that. Once I go through it, I put it on my Patreon for you guys to look at. Oh, to meet Shakespeare? Oh, yeah, definitely. Eventually, yep. But I keep saving for the next purchase after the postal strike. Yeah, I feel you on that. Yeah, hopefully soon all that will change. So I hope you guys will follow DA Roberts. See if I can remember the code now. I usually have Roxanne do it for me. Well, I'm getting ready to go on here in a little bit. We'll be cutting this down here shortly. Give me and know you guys a chance who wants to go to DX Machina and follow DA Roberts. Give him a like, subscribe, and follow. Let him know I said hi. He's an amazing author. He's an amazing research. Me and him are doing investigations together now. I've always done solo investigations, and I'll tell you, I'm finding it to be a very big blessing to have somebody there with me when I'm doing it, especially considering when I done that initial investigation of the werewolf/dogman investigation that I'm on right now. That was one of the very few times I've ever been ran out of the woods that something scared the shit out of me long enough for me to go, I need to go. I'm going to be unalived if I stay here much longer. So it's nice to have somebody there. Firewater, that I do have. Bad when younger. And oh, speaking of which, before I forget as well, I did meet with the committee to the Springfield Commercial Club. I will be doing, DA and I will be doing a paranormal investigation of the building, the police substation that was known as the Springfield Commercial Club. It's had reports from officers that don't even want to go in that building no more. Pins being lifted up, pins picked up and thrown. If this investigation goes well, we may very well have a good possibility of having a lot more locations along along Commercial Street in Springfield, Missouri, for more paranormal investigations. So we will be having some more investigations coming your way very, very soon. Robbie Rip Rains, he has a YouTube channel called What's Really Out There. He likes to joke and call it DA mocking the light. Robbie and Johnny do amazing jobs on their stories. They do very good. Robbie also has his own. He makes his own. Oh my gosh, he has a line of stuff, custom made stuff that he makes, and he can custom make things for you. So you can email him at his email at rrrainc8@gmail.com. You can go to Instagram to Lone Wolf Customs and look up what he has. You will not be disappointed. My good friend and good brother who was in the chat earlier, I co-host with him on his show at Wim Nighthawk on YouTube with High Strangeness. The man is awesome. He is really, really good, and I'm truly blessed. My good friend, and I will be getting a chance to go out and see him in New Mexico. Actor from Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, Two Guns, Albuquerque, and the list goes on. Jesus Payon Jr. has a YouTube channel called Breaking Discoveries or Breaking Bigfoot. He's also an author, a very good author. If you get a chance to go to Amazon and buy his book, Baking Bad with Gonzo, you will not be disappointed. This is the recipes he used to lose weight. He almost lost his life as an actor because he was so overweight. And these recipes he wrote down saved his life and saved his acting career. So if you get a chance, go to YouTube to Breaking Discoveries or Breaking Bigfoot. Give him a like, subscribe, and follow, and thumbs up. Let him know I said hi. Go to Amazon, look up Jesus Payon Jr., and look up the book Baking Bad. It's right down here in the bottom, Baking Bad, and buy his book. You'll love it. If you're looking for a great custom-made, hand-forged knife, look no further than Brock Blades. It's like Dark Angle Medical. You're going to pay a little extra, but Ken Brock does an amazing. He's an amazing artist when it comes to moving metal. I'm actually working on him getting an old Viking sea axe made. I love my Scallywag Tacticals, and I have a lot of Scallywag Tactical knives. You know, I'm a big fan of Scallywag Tactical. I mean, I've got a lot of their knives. Brock Blades, or Scallywag is assembly. It's made in mass quantity. If you buy two of the same blades from Brock Blades, they're not going to be the same. They're going to be a little bit different because they are hand forged. So they're not mass produced like Scallywag Tacticals. And I will take nothing away from Scallywag Tactical. I love their knives. I'm a big supporter of their knives. In fact, one of these days I'll break down to see if I can't support them on the channel as well. But Ken Brock is an artist, just an absolute artist when it comes to knives. Yeah, they are, Roxanne. I mean, I keep a lot of their knives with me. I love their knives. They're absolutely some of the best knives on the market. They really are. I love Scallywag. So, and Scallywag got me because they have sizzle, which this is when I say sizzle got me again. Sizzle got me again. So you can actually go on there on Scallywag. You can actually order knives and use Sizzle to make payments to get your stuff. If you're around the Springfield, Missouri area and you're looking for a top-notch motorcycle mechanic, look no further than my good friend Peanut with Nuts and Bolts Harley Shop in Springfield, Missouri. The dude is a wizard when it comes to motorcycles. So if you're in the Springfield, Missouri area, you need your bike fixed, look up Nuts and Bolts Harley Shop and see my friend Peanut. Yeah, I usually do too, Roxanne. Has anybody got any questions? Dead Wolf, good to see you, buddy. Knives. I got a lot of cold steel old stock for sale. Do you? What the hell was that? That is not something normal I hear out in my woods. Wow. We actually heard a whoop. Oh my God. Noah, DA, and me actually heard a whoop earlier today. We was on the trail looking up these Bigfoot. We were finding tons and tons of fresh Bigfoot signs here on my property. And I was showing him where I took that thermal. And we actually, in the distance to the southwest of us, heard a whoop. We heard a whoop today. Yeah, I'm looking into Sizzle also. Said Dark Angel. Dude, that's how I buy mine, Roxanne. I use Sizzle to buy my, because I can't afford that money out of pocket. But Sizzle is great. As soon as I'm done, I think I just paid off the last of this Scallywag purchase from Sizzle. I got to get on Dark Angel Medical and do some purchases there too. Yeah, Jolly Rogers are awesome. I got Orcas, Jolly Rogers. I've got a lot of Scallywag knives. No worries. No worries. Yeah. I want an obsidian knife made. Oh, that would be so cool, Roxanne. Yes, it would. You guys got any questions on Beowulf before we look at getting ready? Sezzle is a program that is used that you so you can purchase something and make payments on. I've used Sezzle so much that my purchase amount has grown a lot. So if you purchase stuff and you're very consistent with your purchases, you do them on time, you do them the way you're supposed to, your credit limit with them it grows. So you can buy more and more stuff. And you can actually go on Sezzle.com and they have stores linked to them too that you can buy products using Sezzle to buy them. But it's a way if you ain't got cash money to pay for something, you can make it on payments. And that's what Sezzle is. I got their daggers like to hide in my bra. Yeah. I can't afford it. I feel you on that, Don. I actually got this one because this one's going to go on my LBV. So I'm going to take my K bar off because my K bar sticks kind of high on my LBV. This one's going to be able to set down here. So when it's hooked to my LBV, it's going to be right here. So I've got easy access to this. And ever since I was all through my military career, even my civilian stuff, on my LBV, I always keep a knife handy with me right here. Something I can get to quick, access, gone. I always keep it. I'm right-handed, so it always stays on my left shoulder. So this is actually why I got this, is just for that reason right there. But, I also use it hunting, too. I like it. Honestly, that's why I bought that. It'll fit my LBV better. So an LBV is load bearing vest. So I still have an LBV. Even though I'm a civilian now, I'm not in the Marines no more. I'm not in the Army no more. My first career in the Marines, we were still using stuff from World War II. And we had LBVs, and I love my LBVs. Now they've got the Molly system, which is okay. I still like the LBV. I like the mobility, the comfort of an LBV. So I still wear an LBV. Yeah, Sezzle's. I don't think Sezzle's a credit card. It's just a program you can use to help you buy something when you can't afford it for cash. It's, latent terms, it's credit. Yeah. I have a SOG on my shoulder, on my vest. Yeah. That's a good one, Urso. It really is. But I'm old. I'm an old Marine grunt, man, and we always kept the knife right here because we're just as proficient with the knife as we are with a pew pew. And you give one of us one of these, we can do just as much damage, if not more, with one of these as we can with a pew pew. And that's why I always have so many on me because, they're an extension of me. These things here, these fit so nice in the hand. They're so lightweight, and their movements are so proficient that they're just wicked fast and wicked sharp. So, for me, they're handy. They're so handy. And but I always keep one right here. Easy access, bam, I got it. And it's always downward because you don't want to be in a situation where you're trying to do this because then you're taking a chance of cutting yourself. It always sets like this. You can pop it out and it's right there. Kukri, I would love to have a Kukri. Dead Wolf. Oh, that is one of my favorite ones. Oh, yeah, I love that. I love Kukris is definitely one of my favorite ones. I don't have one yet. One of these days when I'm rich and famous, I'm going to have a Kukri. I want a Kukri. So, and I used to carry a Bowie knife for years. A lot of times, I still have my K bar, and I keep my K bar on me quite a bit, and I've carried that around for a long time. This thing has been through 3 deployments with me. I've always had, and this is what was on my LBV at one time. I love my K bar, but this thing sets so high that it gets to be a pain in the butt. So I wanted something smaller. That's why I went to this. And you can see the difference on height. That's why I went this route, because now it's taken quite a bit of a gap there away. I love my K bar. My K bar stays close to me. I love it. I've harvested a lot of deer with that. That thing's been on a lot of deployments with me. And I love my Bowie knives. The Bowie, your Arkansas toothpicks are an awesome thing. They're big and bulky. I have a heavy kukri. It was expensive. Oh, lucky dog. You lucky dog. Yeah, I still love a Bowie. Don't get me wrong. There ain't nothing like a good Bowie knife. Uh, but I love my K bars. I love these knives. Um, this one here I got for a certain reason. This is what's replacing my Bowie knife. That's why I got this one. I needed something to replace my Bowie knife. My Bowie knife had mysteriously disappeared. This is what's replacing my Bowie knife. And I have it set up so it sets on the small of my back. So if it's sitting like this across my backside, just how it is, so I can reach behind me, grab it, and pull it out. I've changed the holster around so it doesn't sit like this on my hip no more. It sets along my back just like that, like an old CX does. Yeah, I used to do that, Dawn. I haven't done that in a long time. Well, I guess Sizzle, I guess I do now. Except I get it before paying it off. I got a few true flight and GI Tontos for sale. Oh, that's so cool, Dead Wolf. I need money. So with that, we're going to get ready for DA show. I have a poem that I've written. I always said I was going to revamp it. I never have. I still like how it is. It's not perfect, but it works for the show. And it goes like this. There comes a time when the warrior falls. They leave this realm and will be missed by all. Raise a glass and keep them in your heart. They have kept this realm safe and performed their part. Look to your veterans, your active duty, your EMTs, and the blue line. What they do or have done was walk that fine line. When the demon comes calling on your soul, they will be there to save us all. Hold them in your prayers, for they are deserving. They all have served or are serving. Y'all, to all my veteran subscribers out there, thank you so much. To my first responders, my EMTs, all you amazing life-saving people, even that blue line. Me and you may not always agree with each other, but y'all are useful when the time comes. I thank every single one of y'all. You guys are amazing. We're all heroes in one shape or form or another, as people like to call. I never said I was a hero. My heroes, the ones that truly earn it, are the ones that never came back. I know I get called that a lot. For me, my brothers and sisters who never return, they are the heroes. That's just me. But to all my veterans, my first responders, and all you guys, thank you so much. To every one of my subscribers, OGs to present, thank you guys. You guys are amazing. You guys make this show, and I am very, very thankful for every single one of you. Thank you, Heifer. Thank you. Everybody give a hand to Roxanne. Roxanne, William Nighthawk are my mods. Give them a round of applause. These two do amazing work. Roxanne helps me keep in line because sometimes my brain don't work like it used to, and she's good at helping me do that. So, thank you, Roxanne, for all the help you do with me on these shows. I don't know what the topic will be next week yet. I'm just, I don't, we'll figure her out. I've just not had time to sit back and think. I haven't even had time to write. So, I'm hoping to get some more of this stuff out. I got some more videos I got to make to get out to you. Yeah, she does. Yes, you do. You do make me stay in line. I'll give you that. So, I will, as soon as I get something up, I'll let you guys know. I'll try to get these other videos out to you too. Oh, thank you, Urso. I appreciate that, man. You guys are awesome, though. You guys are so awesome. Like a spider needs a way. I do. You're absolutely right, Poncho. I mean, she really is a huge help. She really is a huge help. I am truly blessed to have her come in my life and agree to be my mod. She is very, very helpful when it comes to this show. So I'm truly, truly, we like to yarn on each other. We like to, josh each other and pull on each other. But that's what makes it fun. She is truly amazing. So I'm thankful for her just like I am for every single one of y'all. So until next week, you guys, just keep an eye out. I'll pump out the videos as I can get them done. I know I'm behind. I really wanted to get that capture that I caught on thermal the other night up. That's why I took precedence over the current Realistic Dreams videos I've been doing. I will have that out to you. So until next week, you guys, peace, love, and blessings to you all. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's to you guys. I know it's a little early, but in case I missed some of you guys between now and then, I hope your holidays are filled with joy and blessings. Do something kind for somebody and, be blessed as always to you guys. So until next time, peace, love, and blessings.